Welcome to this demonstration of the process performance dashboards in IBM Business Process Manager 8.5. My name is Gerhard Pfau. I'm a member of the IBM Business Process Manager design team, and I want to show you the dashboards, and to do that I'm becoming Elizabeth, the process owner. She's a process owner in a large bank, and initially she logs into the system and the process performance dashboard comes up and provides her an overview of all the processes she's responsible for. She drills into the process mortgage request process. This is a process at the bank where she has identified that there are a couple of processes that are overdue and at risk. And so she's looking at the overall number of instances in the system first. She looks at the pie chart to see how many instances are in progress in each of the categories. And she looks at the overall average instance duration time, which gives her an indication of how well processes are actually carried out. Then she looks at the turnover rate over the last couple of days and the hours of the day to basically find out what the usual throughput was. And she looks at the average duration of each of the human steps in the process to get an indication of how those individual activities are performed. To understand where the bottlenecks are, she switches over to the diagram tab, and when she does that, she gets a graphical view of the process in its BPMN notation. And for each of the human activities, she can see how many of those activities are overdue, at risk, or on track. So now she can pick one of the activities. If she clicks on that, then the instances list on the right is actually filtered down to exactly those 3 instances, and she drills into one, and then the process instance Gantt chart opens up. She can look at the stream, which shows the messages and the system or user-generated messages that have been issued as part of that instance. And here she decides to send a message to Mark. Mark is the person who's working on the second level approval step, which is overdue, and she's asking for what can be done to actually get back on track. So next, she is also sending a message to Gerhard, who is the team lead, to help Mark to get him up to speed on the job. So both messages are sent or become context of the process instance, and they are sent to the users independent of if they are logged in or not logged in at the moment. So next, she's looking at the details of the process right after clicking the star icon, which is indicating that she's following that instance. That means she can later on more easy find that instance back. So after she found out which customer this instance is for, she's just filtering down the instances list of the overall list of process mortgage requests down to that customer name to see if that customer has more requests in the system, and to basically compensate a little bit for the requests which got delayed, to just find out which one has an equivalent or also a higher amount of mortgage, and then basically take action to make sure that this process is progressing speedy and smoothly. So to do that, again, she uses the internal messaging tools. She sends another message to the team lead, and then, as this is a request that has a quite high amount of mortgage attached to it, she's drilling into the simulation tab, which is the set path tab on the process instance chart, because she is anticipating that this sort of request will require second level approval. So the statistical data shows that usually second level approval is not required, but she changes the expectations here to include second level approval. Once she's saving that and goes back to the Gantt view chart, we'll see that another step has been added here, the second level approval. Also, the estimated completion time of the instance has become longer, right? Because then another step is required. And so the next she does is she's giving the team lead again the heads up on what's going on here, and that second level approval is going to be required, and asking him to take care of that instance. Finally, she's looking at the process mortgage request chart again to see how things have evolved, and she logs out, and that concludes the demo. Thank you very much for your attention.